Welcome to another episode of Shipper War, my review of Moonrise Kingdom.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Now, Moonrise Kingdom is another film by Wes Anderson, who, if you don't know who he is, I have to say to you is go watch his movies before you watch this film, because Moonrise Kingdom is just like every other Wes Anderson film that's out there, and that is very quirky, vibrant, and yet has a moral to it in some sense of another when it comes to the story. Now, if you're having a hard time hearing me, you hear a lot of rain in the background. Right now here in Florida, we have a tropical storm right over us, and it's kind of ironic because in the movie there's a big storm that happens during this storytelling of this story about these two kids who are in love with each other, and it's kind of like the first love type deal. And I have to say, I was a little uncomfortable with some of the scenes with these little kids, because it's kind of like you don't want to watch kids do that, but it was very tastefully done, and it was kind of funny at times. Now, as a Wes Anderson film, I have to say this was one of his better ones by far. It's getting great reviews by everybody. But me personally, I can't say is my all-time favorite one. I have to give that to Rushmore, because Rushmore is very nostalgic for me. I actually grew up on that film, so I cannot give this film as, you know, the honor of being his best film ever, which I hear a lot of people saying it's the best Wes Anderson film ever. For me, it's not. It was a good film. I had a lot of fun watching it. It was very funny. It was very quirky. It was very smart. The dialogue was brilliant. Now, for the recommendation, who I will tell people to watch this movie. If you see the Wes Anderson film, if I start naming them off to you and you say, yeah, I've seen that, I enjoyed it, then I'll be like, yeah, go see that. But if you haven't seen a Wes Anderson film and you're kind of more of a mainstream type of movie person who watches like mainstream movies, I will tell you to stay clear from this movie, because me personally, like observing other audience member at the screener that I attended for this film, it seemed like there were people in my screener who just did not like this movie. They thought it was very strange and weird. So I will not recommend this movie to everybody. I would definitely recommend people who actually like Wes Anderson, like his quirky type of sense of humor and all that. Yes, but everybody else, this is definitely not one of those mainstream movies that I think a lot of people are going to like because of the way it's done. It's very different from most mainstream films, which is just Wes Anderson again. So for those who've never seen a Wes Anderson film, please either go watch one of his movies prior to seeing this one, or just be aware of what you're going into before going to see this movie. So that is all for this episode of Shipper War. Goodbye, and until next time. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.